And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Vetter Ecosystem. My name is Ryan. I'm so glad to be your host today. And today is a special day. This is a new thing we're doing here in the Vetter Ecosystem. You can actually, if you're watching and listening live in Discord, you can find the link to the YouTube session there in the CrowdX area as well as a live session. But if you're watching on YouTube, today you can actually be a part of the conversation. We're actually doing a live stage in Discord so we can have collaboration, which, by the way, collaboration and crowdsourcing, that's what this entire ecosystem was built on. The idea of people working together, people sharing ideas, sharing information, and everybody winning as the result of that. I want you to think about something. Last year alone, 16,000 crypto projects launched. There were 16,000 crypto projects, over 16,000. And how would it be possible for you to not only research, find, follow, keep track of all of those projects? That's where crowdsourcing is so valuable. Instead of you being in a position to do all the work to stay on top of all that, you can utilize crowdsourcing, utilize the Vetter ecosystem, and stay up to date with all of that information. For the last year, we have hosted around 120 plus live sessions just like this, where we support our community in navigating the CrowdX Calendar, which we'll get into in just a moment. We also support the community in finding the next 2x to 100x crypto gems, and we've paid out thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency in the process for simply contributing. Yes, you heard that right. We actually pay our community members to contribute to the ecosystem. So how would you like to get paid? To not only learn about crypto presales, but stay up to date about crypto presales, to research crypto presales, and be on the cutting edge trends. That's exactly what we do. And again, I'll show you how simple it is to do that. Now, if you're watching live, go ahead and drop a hi, hello, letting everybody know where in the world you're watching from. We do have a worldwide audience. I am actually in Oklahoma today, and it was a little cool, a little rainy today, but I had a fantastic run. Fantastic run. It's actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. Now, if you're brand new to these sessions, we do host 2 sessions like this every single week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you're at the same time, same place, and you are at the right place at the right time. We got Crypto Spirit with us. Welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Before we jump off into a little bit of mindset, and the way these sessions go is there's kind of a general topic that I want to cover at the beginning, and to support our scouts with the proper mindset. And there's a saying called, how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you struggled somewhere else in your life, you didn't get the results that you wanted, it's very likely you will probably have the same results here. Why? Because there's a common denominator in this equation, and that's you and me, my friend. And so the reason I go over a little bit of mindset is just to plant some seeds that can support you not only in your crypto journey, but also in other areas of your life. So whether that's a personal story, whether that's a book, whether that's some quotes, whether that's market research, whatever the case, we cover it. I turn it into some type of lesson with the intent and hope that it plants a seed and you get some value out of that. So one of the things that I did want to share before we moved over to today's topic was I want to give a shout out to Louise. She's absolutely crushing it. Last 2 projects she posted were profitable, which means she is super close to getting her first hot streak. I'm super excited for her. But this is Stack G. If you look right here at the top, you can see ATH. We all know what ATH stands for. That stands for all-time high. We know what all-time high is because that's what all the projects brag and boast about in this industry. They're all bragging and boasting about the all-time high, all-time high. Problem is, how long was price there? As you can see, there's a wick here. Price was at 6.9x for how long? We don't know. A second, a minute? Who knows? Okay, this is a 15-minute chart, or this is a 5-minute chart. Okay, so it could have been a minute up there. It could be less, could be more. All we know is all-time highs. There's just a fraction of people who actually are able to swap out at the top. Okay, once someone sells, more people sell, and price starts going down. That's how this game works. One of the many ways that we are changing the game, changing the crypto space, is introducing something called the VAL. VAHL. You'll see this right here. VAL. Vetter Audited Highest Low. And what we're saying with this is, you see this line right here? Okay, when a project launches within the first 24 hours, if there is an hour above this line, okay, we're looking for price. Okay, we're looking for these candles. We're looking for price to be above this line for at least 1 hour within the first 24 hours. That is our VAL, Vetter Audited Highest Low. And what this tells us is anybody who got into Stack G within the first 24 hours, they had an entire hour to swap out between a 5x and a 6.9x. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first got involved in this space, I was fumbling around on Pancake Swap and on PooCoin and where's the contract and what about slippage and what about this and what about that. I'm getting an error. Sometimes I've forgotten about launches. I've forgotten about these different things. I forgot to add the contract. All those different shenanigans that happen at launch. Who can relate? Give me an amen if you can relate to that. I know I've struggled with that stuff before. What this is saying is, even if you struggled with all of that, you still had an opportunity to swap out between a 5x and a 6.9x. That's what the VAL means. Vetter Audited Highest Low. It means there's reasonable time for you to have gotten in and out. Not the ATH, because we know that only a select group of people who are on point, on time, maybe using other types of software to enter and exit the market, they got those. And so the VAL is what the majority of people could have accomplished in the process. So again, shout out to Louise for doing a fantastic job with scouting these projects. She is currently beige. I know she's working her way up, and she is doing a fantastic job. Let's go ahead and pull up Vetter ecosystem here. So today we have a bit of a story time as far as the mindset goes. We have a bit of a story time, and I found this really interesting. I'm reading a book right now called Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. If you've read this book, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat, so I know that you've read it as well. But there's an interesting story about Thomas Edison that I wanted to read, and I thought that it would be valuable. And today I actually utilized what I'd read in this book about what Thomas Edison did, and it was a totally different experience for me. And so I wanted to share that. So this chapter is love everything that happens. Okay? My formula for greatness in a human being is, and I don't know how to pronounce these words. I'll be totally transparent. So you guys can laugh at me. It's okay. But it says amor fati? I don't know. F-A-T-I. Amor fati. So my formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati. That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity, not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it, but love it. Okay? Here's a story about Thomas Edison. At age 67, Thomas Edison returned home early one evening from another day at the laboratory. Shortly after dinner, a man came rushing into his house with urgent news. A fire had broken out at Edison's research and production campus a few miles away. Fire engines from 8 nearby towns rushed to the scene, but they could not contain the blaze. Fueled by the strange chemicals in the various buildings, green and yellow flames shot up 6 and 7 stories, threatening to destroy the entire empire Edison spent his life building. Edison calmly, but quickly, made his way to the fire. Through the now hundreds of onlookers and devastated employees looking for his son. Go get your mother and all her friends, he told his son with a childlike excitement. They'll never see a fire like this again. What? Don't worry, Edison calmed him. It's all right. We've just got rid of a lot of rubbish. That's a pretty amazing reaction, but when you think about it, there really was no other response. What should Edison have done? Wept? Gotten angry? Quit? Gone home? What exactly would that have accomplished? You know the answer now. Nothing. So he didn't waste time indulging himself. To do great things, we get to be able to endure tragedy and setbacks. We get to love what we do and all it entails, good and bad. We get to learn to find joy in every single thing that happens. Of course, there was more than just a little rubbish in Edison's buildings. Years and years of priceless records, prototypes, and research were turned to ash. The buildings, which had been made of what was supposedly fireproof concrete, had been insured for only a fraction of their worth. Thinking they were immune to such disasters, Edison and his investors were covered for about a third of the damage. Still, Edison wasn't heartbroken. Not as he could have and probably should have been. Instead, it invigorated him. As he told the reporter the next day, he wasn't too old to make a fresh start. I've been through a lot of things like this. It prevents a man from being afflicted with, I don't know what this word is, ENNUI. Inui? I don't know what that is. Within about 3 weeks, the factory was partially back up and running. Within a month, its men were working 2 shifts a day, churning out new products the world had never seen. Despite a loss of $1 million, more than $23 million in today's time, Edison would marshal enough energy to make nearly $10 million in revenue that year, which was over $200 million today. He not only suffered a spectacular disaster, but he recovered and replied to it spectacularly. The next step after we discard our expectations and accept what happens to us, after understanding that certain things, particularly bad things, are outside of our control, is this: loving whatever happens to us and facing it with unfailing cheerfulness. It is the act of turning what we must do into what we get to do. We put our energies and emotions and exertions where they will have real impact. This is the place. We will tell ourselves, this is what I've got to do or put up with. Well, I might as well be happy about it. And so I read that, and it really resonated with me. It made a big difference. It stuck with me because I was just so shocked. I mean, think about the catastrophic loss he just experienced. And he tells his son, "Oh, go get your mom and her friends. They're never gonna see a fire like this again." I can't say that I've had those kind of emotions and experiences in the midst of destruction, but pretty cool to think that he was that sound of mind. And if something resonated with you with that, go ahead and drop a comment. And we got Crypto Spirit with us, Louise, Shamika, Phyllis, Carl, Gayla, Adam, Ionic. Guys, thank you for being here. So glad that you're here. Now, this morning I didn't have a similar event, as in like a catastrophic event like that. But I had something that didn't go as planned. We got Mang in the house. Welcome, Mang. Hope you're having a great day, brother. And what happened was I went for a run this morning, and I got to tell you, it was a trail run. And on the trail run, I love trail running. It's like nature's therapy. It's just enjoyable, and just get out of your head and just enjoy the experience. And they've been doing construction on the trail, and I'm not really a fan of it. They're changing the routes, but ultimately they're making it better. And with them making it better, they have some new rules and some new things to follow that I'm not necessarily a fan of. Meaning, when it's raining or muddy conditions, they close the trail down. And I don't like that. I like it being out in the mud. I've learned to like being out in the cold and the wet and the grime and the dirt. And it's just a great experience. But what they've done is they've created something that's different. They've improved the trail system. They've made massive improvements to it. And it looks so awesome. And because of what they've done, they now get to protect what they've created. And a way that they protect what they've created is when the trails are muddy, they now block it off. And they ask people not to run on the trails. Now, I obviously could have gone and done it. It's not like, they're patrolling. It's not like there's guards around. It was literally just, police tape and a sign that said trail conditions, it's muddy, trails are closed. And I looked at it and I said, oh, shucks. And to be honest, I was a little disappointed because, I love going on the trails. It was a rainy day. I love running in the rain. And it didn't meet my expectations. I was disappointed. I expected to go run in the rain on the trails today, whether it was dry, whether it was muddy, whether it was, quicksand, whatever the conditions. I was going to go get it. And I was turned away. Again, I made the choice to turn away. I could have just said, hey, I'm going to do my own thing. But I didn't. And what I decided to do, I decided to go run out on the river. and on the river there's a paved trail. Well, I only have my trail shoes, and it's supposed to be an easy run for me anyway, low impact. And so what I decided to do is I decided to run in the grass next to the paved trail. And so I made the most of it. And here I am, it's raining, it's cold out, and there's these little hills and there's these little valleys, and I'm running around trees, I'm running up hills and down hills and in the grass and around, and I'm smiling and I'm enjoying myself. And I realized that like that was really similar to, how often is it in our life where we go through something, we have this expectation of how something's going to work out. We have this expectation that, we scout a project and we know it's going to be the next big thing and it tanks. We have this expectation where we're ready to get this hot streak and we miss that third project. We have this expectation and things don't go the way we want. And then we get down. I mean, I don't know if you feel this way. Maybe I should be saying I and me statements. Maybe I should just be saying I get down, I get frustrated. I don't know if you can relate. Can anybody else relate? Anybody else relate to this? You have expectations in life. You're expecting something to do this and it doesn't, and you get frustrated. You get out of your mind. You get your feathers ruffled. It messes up your day. You just don't want to participate. You don't want to contribute. You don't want to do anything. You just want to take your ball and go home. Anybody else can relate to that, or is it just me? Am I the only one?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ryan.
You can feel that,
I can relate.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, man. And think about this, Louise. How often do you feel like we've gone through our life where we take our ball and go home, and then what is it that we miss on the other side?
Exactly. That's exactly right.
We miss that because we're pouting, because it didn't go our way, because our ego got hurt, whether our ego got exposed or whether we can't, like we leave, and then we miss that opportunity for joy or satisfaction or pleasure or surprise, all because we took our ball and went home.
We missed the opportunity to learn something.
Yeah. I had a great run today. It wasn't what I expected, but it was still fantastic. And the thing is, I didn't even have to like psych myself up like, oh, hey, great, at least I'm alive today. At least there's air in my lungs and blood in my veins and my legs move. I mean, those are great things. But no, just the very act of like, hey, you know what? I'm still going to get my run in. Wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but here we are. And so I just want to plant that seed, as a scout, when you're finding projects, and don't get discouraged if a project doesn't do what you think it's going to do. As we've talked about before, we have zero control over what happens. The only control we have as a scout when we're looking at projects is our due diligence. That's it. That's all we have control over. Okay? Once you scout that project, it's Jesus take the wheel kind of moment. Once people contribute to that pre-sale, it's Jesus take the wheel. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You may have seen those memes of like there's a chart on the TV screen and the guy's got a pump, like a bicycle pump, and he's trying to pump up the candles. Like there's nothing you can do. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And so how often, do we get flustered and things like that? So that was, I wanted to use that story with Edison. I thought it was just fantastic. His state of mind in a serious catastrophic loss. But in reality, what do we really have control over? And it's how we show up, it's how we act, it's how we interact. And for me, I've found often in my life that sometimes I'll get flustered and I just, I don't want to deal with this. And I just get to think about the things that were lost as a result of that. And so hopefully this was just kind of like a little seed that was planted just now with this idea of loving the process no matter what, and realizing that even in the midst of things not going as planned, there can still be things to enjoy and love and be thankful and grateful for. And hopefully, this was a seed that was planted, and whether it sprouts ever, whether it sprouts today or next week or next year, it's my sincere hope and intent that it makes some type of difference for you. And whether it's in the crypto space or whether it's in a space with relationships or on your job or with your family or with your kids or your significant other, whatever the case, that there's something there and something that can serve you, moving forward. So we got Z with us. Welcome, Z. Hope you're having a great day. Meng says, didn't understand we were meeting earlier for the stage and the hangout. Hope that we do it again. Absolutely, Meng. Yeah. So here's the plan, Meng. So one of the things that we're doing, Meng, is we are doing a pre-show. So every Tuesday and Thursday before the YouTube live starts, you can head over to Discord, hop in the live stage, and just chat it up. Chat it up about different topics. There's not necessarily an agenda. Just chat it up and, get to know everybody in the community. And then, as you're live in Discord, whenever we start looking at projects or any feedback or comments you want to make, you can actually make those in Discord as well. Let me go ahead and pull up Discord. There may be some other people who want to chime in, and I was not paying attention. So with that, one of the things that we're going to start doing with these live sessions is, if there's ever, we're looking at a project and you have your 2 cents, you have your perspective, you have your insights. Oh, I would absolutely love it to hear that. Absolutely love it. Because one of the things about this, and this is what I say all the time, when we start looking at projects, this is a process to sort for the best projects together as a community. Okay? And this live session is merely a step in that process. I will say crypto is risky. No way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Please do your own research. But when we look at projects, I'm sharing my thought process while looking into projects. And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. It's all subjective. Because we could be looking at a project and I could find something that I like about it, and Luis could find something that she dislikes about it, and Mang could find something that he hates about it, and Phyllis could find something that she loves about it, and guess what? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It simply is what it is because it's subjective. But through a volume of launches, through a series of projects, we start finding patterns. And as a community, that's what makes us beautiful. Okay, so if you ever have your own thought or thought process on a project, and it's not about, oh, Ryan's an idiot. Hey, I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the box. I didn't even get I didn't even get that analogy right. It's not about that. It's literally about everyone sharing their 2 cents, and we all become better for that. Okay, so as we start diving into projects on today's session, feel free to hop in Discord, join the live stage, and if you have anything that you want to share, feel free to drop that in there to the discussion. Okay, so Meng says, so if we want to contribute to the discussion when we look at projects, we can raise our hand in Discord live stage. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And so that's exactly what we're talking about. To offer, maybe there's a bit of details that I missed. Maybe you scouted a project, you got some details that I missed or whatever. That's absolutely the purpose. And just so everyone knows, we used to do sessions on Zoom, and it was more of a dialogue. And so we're going back to those roots. This community is built on crowdsourcing and collaboration. And, the intent was never for me to, just be sitting here speaking for hours on end. The intent was always, everyone sharing and working together. So absolutely, when we look at projects or chime in on anything, feel free to raise your hand and add into the conversation. So with that, we're going to take a look at a project today. And I don't know anything about the project, but I did see that there was some conversation about it in Discord. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Discord here. And let me see here. Let me go find it. Right here. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and go to Vetterboard. All right. So the project we're going to take a look at today is called Ditex. And so there were some conversations happening about this project in Discord. And it looked like there was a team member that was actually talking about the project in Discord. And so that's what, put this on my radar. I have not looked at this project at all, so we're going to go ahead and look at it together. And like I said, this is an opportunity for us to share our thoughts, our insights, what we're seeing, what we're liking, what we're disliking. Together as a community, share these thoughts and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the website. And actually, before I jump into this, if anybody wants to chime in on what we just talked about, what I read about, Thomas Edison, what I read about this, the idea of, you know, expectations and things not going to plan. If you want to add into that, Luis, thank you for sharing that. If anybody else wants to, jump in and share some thoughts, please feel free to, raise your hand and I'll add you and you can hop in here. More than welcome. More than welcome, and actually highly encouraged. All right, so DITEX or DITEX, one token, many income streams. Unlock a world of unlimited earning potential with one convenient token. Experience the convenience and versatility of a single solution. Community. From users to investors, DITEX surrounds itself with a diverse and international community of people and organizations committed to working together and developing the DITEX, I don't know if it should DITEX or I'll say DITEX ecosystem products. DITEX leverages market demand analysis and community feedback to design and develop its own products, resulting in a steady increase in revenue generated through the DITEX token. Dividend system. DITEX dividend system allows DITEX token holders to receive a portion of the profits generated through DITEX ecosystem products and encourages them to hold the tokens for a more extended period of time. Growth with DITEX. DITEX token is an innovative tool built on the Polygon blockchain designed to establish a digital business environment where users, investors, and projects can interact seamlessly with one another. Products. We're constantly developing. The DITEX team regularly works to evolve its digital business environment, creating and improving its own products in the form of classic businesses that allow it to interact with investors through its DITEX token. I'm going to read that again. The DITEX team regularly works to evolve its digital business environment, creating and improving its own products in the form of classic businesses that allow it to interact with investors. I don't really know what that means. But I'm curious. I don't know if they actually have ties to digital businesses. I don't know what their digital businesses are. I don't know. All right, roadmap. Private round fundraising, December of last year. Private round is still happening in Q1 of this year. Core team. Valinis. Capital allocation decisions, defining the company vision, establishing partnerships, founder, CEO. Okay, so we got oh, nice. So we have pictures, we have names, we have title, and then we have job description. Okay, we do have a LinkedIn here. Check that out. Okay, and we have a different picture. Is that a different picture? Yep, we have a different picture for our boy here. If you guys tuned in a couple weeks back, I found what looked like images for a team that were created with thispersondoesnotexist.com. And just so happened that the profile picture on LinkedIn was the same picture on the website. And so, this guy does have two different pictures. It looks like to me. It looks like there's a different background in this, and there's the angle of his, he's facing one direction, facing a different direction here. So that's nice. We also have LinkedIn for Emilia. I don't know why sometimes it asks me to log in and sometimes it doesn't. We have Oleksandr. Oh, whoops. There we go. Yeah, so their LinkedIn's are not working here. I don't know why that's the case though. It's kind of strange. All right. So here's our team. What happens if I click on this right here? Okay. That's interesting. That's kind of so this makes me think, because of the way that worked, I kind of get a vibe. This not like a super custom site. I kind of get a vibe that this maybe is a template, and I could be wrong, but when you click on this, it opens up. I was thinking it was going to open up a bio section, but it doesn't. And now we have email. This is just the template stuff. So not to say that anything's wrong with the template, but they don't have a website. There's no phone. I mean, I don't know. This should just be disabled, or shouldn't be active. We didn't get anything from by clicking this, and now it just makes them look not as good. Personally, I think that. But like email is example, and the phone number is 1234567. It's like, oh, okay, you guys should not have left that on. And let's see. Yeah, it's just the same stuff. So that's a bit of a bummer. Bit of a bummer for them. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. It's news. DieTex gets started. DieTex includes both projects that are pipeline to be created DieTex team as well as external projects. Okay, the ecosystem. Yeah, maybe these are. Let's see. What is this? Is this the actual blog or is this like a medium? What we have here? What we got? All right, so they have their own blog. Okay, or news section or whatever what have you. Yeah, so Mang, one of the things I recommend, and I forgot to announce this, if you're watching on YouTube and Discord, Discord is real time, and YouTube there's a 5 to 10 second delay. So what I would recommend is listen on Discord and mute YouTube. We'll see if we can make that work. Okay. But yeah, there is a delay. I've tried to turn the delay settings off on YouTube. It says it's instant, but there's clearly a delay between me talking and it actually getting to YouTube. Corn Shadow. So what is this website being discussed? Potential CrowdX or VSell? Hey Corn, great question. So this is part of our building the bull session. Every Tuesday and Thursday we look at projects that are posted on the CrowdX Calendar. We look at it from the perspective of a scout. Okay, we're looking at it from the perspective of a scout. And so we're looking for things that we like and dislike about the project. So no, this is not a project that is launching on CrowdX or on VSell, but rather it's a project that is on our CrowdX calendar. Okay, and so every week we look at these projects from a scout perspective. What are the things that are red flags? What are some things that maybe the team could have done differently? What are some things that maybe are questionable or shady or things like that? And so we just discuss that as a community here on these live sessions. Hey, thanks for being here, Corn. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the light paper. Okay, DieTex, token innovative tool built on blockchain designed to establish digital business environment where users, investors, and projects can interact with one another. This is very light. I mean, they did say it was a light paper. Incorporates products that meet market demands and generate real income, prioritizing user satisfaction. Now, I'm curious about this part. Actually, wherever we have DieTex token mentioned, we should have it as DieTex. DieTex ecosystem's first product is Slove. I don't know what I'm saying here. That might be one of the trickiest words I've ever done on the live, unless my brain is not connecting the dots. But I see Psy and I see love. So Psylove? Okay. Psylove. A dating portal that uses scientific matching methods to connect users. This product is independent of cryptocurrency market fluctuations since people search for their life partner regardless of whether the crypto market is in a bull or bear market. All DieTex ecosystem projects, including Psylove, will accept fiat and cryptocurrency payments, including payments in the DieTex token. Meng says, it's a bit confusing that way since you're talking about things we won't have a picture yet. Think the sound on YouTube except the lag. Okay, yeah, and you guys listening in on Discord, hey, we are literally, we jumped out of an airplane and, we're building the parachute on the way down and our feet are to the fire. So, it may be better to listen on Discord and mute YouTube or vice versa. I don't know. So I'll let you guys think about what you want to do. But we're navigating this together. So Meng, first of all, thank you so much for the feedback. Because I don't know how to test this stuff on my own. Luis was super helpful with testing the beginning part. But you're right, with there being a delay. But I think one of the things I could do is whenever someone wants to speak, we'll just pause and you can speak about whatever you want to speak about, and I can go back to whatever the topic was. With it only being a 5-10 second delay, I think it'll work out all right. But yeah, we'll just navigate this, and we'll work through it. We'll find out a good system, and we'll be rocking and rolling in no time. All right, so Silove is the first, and I guess this is what they meant by business or digital businesses or whatever they said previously. So this is a dating site, a dating portal. And Dytex ecosystem projects, including Silove, will accept fiat, so people can use fiat. They can use cryptocurrency payments, including Dytex token, so they can pay for this membership, this Silove membership with Dytex. Dytex token holders receive weekly income based on the financial performance of Dytex ecosystem products. This includes tokens that are still locked according to tokenomics. As a result, holders receive income from ecosystem regardless of whether they have access to their tokens or not. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I think that I like the idea. It's a cool concept that they have a whole line of like digital businesses that's all independent of crypto, but you can use a Dytex token to participate and be a part of the project or pay for the service, but also revenue is being generated. I'd be curious to know what are the other projects that they're coming up with. And then how far along is Silove? Is Silove a project that is geared towards crypto enthusiasts? Is it a project that is geared towards I don't know. I don't know. Is it geared towards mainstream? But I do like projects that have the intent to bridge the gap. So, last week we talked about Pong Heroes. Pong Heroes, you can play on mobile, you can play on desktop. I believe that you can also play for free. And so, not even have to know much about crypto. And so, I think that that's a really cool bridge, to utilize. So, maybe this is going to be branching into the online dating space, and being a bridge into crypto. Yeah, definitely curious about what the other businesses are gonna be. Seed round, we got 48 months of vesting. Private sell, which private sell is currently open. 10% at TGE plus 36 months of linear vesting. Public sell round, we got 20% TGE, 24 months of vesting. So these tokens are vested. Now we did see a project launch recently that had vested tokens. Nori Go was a project that I found maybe in September, November. I was pretty stoked when I found the project, and then I came to the calendar and I saw Hellstrom had scouted it before me, and he scouted it back in like August or September. So I was late to the party. I was thinking I was ahead of the game. I was late to the party. But no, that launched. So I have to say that launched last Friday, and so we're 1 week since launch day, and tokens were vested, and you got 20% every 24 hours. So literally, at the moment of launch, you did not have your tokens. You could not sell. So it was considered not profitable for the first 24 hours because you couldn't make a profit. Like, it's not profitable in 24 hours. However, it is up 3x still. And now you've had a point to make a profit. So pretty cool to see that project with vesting, people were still interested, and also whenever the tokens unlocked, there wasn't a major dump. So that was cool to see for that project Nori Go, which I don't know, anybody remember? We talked about that one maybe a few months back, maybe back in November, perhaps. If anybody remembers that project, go ahead and type it in the chat. Let's go ahead and take a look at Telegram. What happens here if I click on products? while that's loading. I don't know why it's taking a long time to load. It's taking an eternity. Oh, it's their that's their dating app. Kind of interesting. I'm kind of surprised that it would go there. It's okay. So it's not working on my network. Yeah, so kind of surprised that we go there instead of like a list of their products. So right now their only product is that, that's all right. Let's go ahead and check out some socials. All right, so let's check out YouTube while we're here. So we got 763 subscribers, and they are active on YouTube. Looks like there's some presentations. I don't know what language this is, but it is not English. Maybe I can guess what language it is based on... No. I was thinking maybe there was something to give me a clue. This looks like Russian. I don't know that for sure, but this does not look the same. Maybe it is, but that looks way different. So yeah, can't listen to that. So let's go over to Telegram. All right, 317 subscribers. This is an announcement channel. So maybe we'll find a non-announcement channel, like a chat group. Let me go to Twitter. All right, so we got 4,600 followers in Twitter. Yeah, thank you, Corn. You're right. Yeah, I was definitely pronouncing it not right the first time. I was trying to make it more complicated than what it was. But yeah, Sci. I think you're onto it, like science. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Ditex token, we got 4,600 followers. So this is not great engagement. 4,600 followers, but only 21 views. That's pretty low. Pretty low engagement. I mean, this was even 2 days ago, only 39 views. So I guess some of the others have a little bit more, but these are kind of low engagement numbers. With it seems like it's kind of low with that kind of audience. Not a lot of people, commenting either. But I was hoping we could find an active Telegram group. Sometimes I find it hard to get a feel for the project in a announcement Telegram group. That's that. Oh, here we go. Here's official community chat. So we found it. Official community chat right here. We got 52 members. That's a bit surprising. All right, 52 members. 2 members are online. I just joined. Does that mean that I'm online? So yeah, there's 2 of us. I'm online and Sai's online. All right. We got 6 pinned messages. First pinned message was February 28th. Yep. So they started the Telegram group about 12 days ago. Welcome to the official Ditex token discussion group, where we can discuss everything related to the Ditex ecosystem. We're thrilled to have you here and can't wait to build a vibrant community together. Your feedback, suggestions, and ideas on how we can improve are essential as we embark on this journey, so please feel free to share your thoughts. Let's collaborate and create a better Ditex ecosystem together. Take a sneak peek at the SciLove MVP design. Our team has been hard at work developing a custom platform that blends personality sciences with our proprietary algorithm. Full demo release for our app is only a few days away and will be available on Google Play and Apple App Stores. We're excited to provide our community with a glimpse of our progress and look forward to your feedback. Although we still have a ways to go before our platform is fully realized, we're committed to taking the first steps toward building a unique dating experience. Stay tuned for more updates on SciLove and other exciting projects on the DITEX ecosystem. So if you're just now tuning in on Discord, we are actually live here in Discord as well as on YouTube. And what we're doing is we're just combining the platforms that allows people to speak in Discord where they previously wouldn't be able to do it on YouTube. If you're watching YouTube, hey, welcome. If you want to be a part of the conversation, hop on over to our Discord. You can find the link in the description, and you can join in on the conversation. We're currently looking at a project called DITEX, which is on our CrowdX Calendar and posted by our Scout Hailstrom. And so, I don't know how early we are for this project. Meaning, I'm going to look at some notes that one of the team members provided. So he just says here in Discord, let me just go ahead and pull this up so you can see it. Okay. In Discord, this user, which, there's some validity. I feel like there's a little bit of validity. He's been a member of Discord since October 2nd of our Discord. So it's not like, he hopped in here. It's not like he hopped in here yesterday looking to promote his project. So when I saw that, I was like, well, that's kind of cool to see that, he was a member of Discord since October, when we first got started. So I am in DITEX token team, attracting investments and provide with more information about what the token is about. Team is doxed, honest people who want to make big things happen. You can reach out to everyone. Token will be here for a long time. We plan to develop many businesses from which token holders will receive their profit share. One of the first businesses is SciLove. Demo app will be ready in days. Additional crowdfunding will be attached. Anti-dump system. See tokenomics in white paper. So that investors can be assured that pump and dump will not happen. Listing on DEX will be at Q3 with token price of 15 cents, or not 15 cents, a penny and a half. So this is a long term look. Okay, so we're still in Q1 right now. This is Q3, so long time away, which is pretty cool. Yesterday we were Tuesday we were talking about being here early, and we were talking about getting the projects early, and it's not often that we see a small community and get to grow. And so as a scout, this is a really great opportunity to watch a project grow and see what their communication is like and see things like that. Let me say hi. But no, this is a really great opportunity to watch a Telegram group grow. This is very, very early process. So to see what they're doing as far as development for the other projects, to see how the group grows, to see the relationships and community that they start building. I mean, this is super early. We talked about Torque on Tuesday. We talked about Dynamic, and when I joined the second Dynamic Telegram group, I mean, they had like 200 members. It's grown a lot since then, and they had a phenomenal launch. But I always appreciate finding things early and being able to watch and see how it grows over time, and the things to be found there. So I would not imagine there being like any AMAs at this point. I would not imagine that there are AMAs with like call groups. I'm sure there's on the YouTube channel. I'm like pretty certain that these could be AMAs or presentations to learn more about the project and things like that. But as far as like call groups and things like that, I think it's kind of early for them to be doing that. And right now they're focused on, developing out their ecosystem, building the tech, kind of like what we're doing with Skylabs. But one of the biggest questions I have is, what are the future plans for other businesses? Because I like that. I like that idea, the concept of sharing revenue from their ecosystem with their different online businesses. Now, the only thing about that, the only thing that I'm kind of like, I don't know. I like the idea from a positive perspective of revenue sharing. I think that's great. But Ditex in and of itself is a business. And now you got Silove is a business. What are their who's going to be running these businesses? And are their resources going to be split? Is their focus going to be split? How are they going to manage these different avenues? How long will it be till the next business starts? My initial reaction was like, oh, what are the other businesses that are coming? I'm really curious. But now I'm thinking about that. It's like, that's probably not a good thing. I mean, to truly build out a successful dating app, and make sure you're giving it the attention that it needs to grow and to thrive. I don't know. That seems like that could take time to do that. It seems like that could take a lot of time to build that, and so maybe it's not good that they're just jumping from business to business. So maybe it's more of a good sign that they haven't announced other things, because it seems like it'd be better to go all in and get Silove just banging and rocking. So Alex Ramorzi, I think I pronounced that right. He runs acquisitions.com, and he started off doing gym stuff, and he recently had a video a couple weeks back where he talked about how he was able to basically build 4 businesses. But here's the kicker. And some people are throwing shade at this, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm simply saying this is as an asset. His first business and the success and energy of his first business and brand and reputation allowed him to scale and build his next business. And then that allowed him to scale and build his next business. And so the first one created opportunities for the others. And so, I don't know what kind of, other businesses they're going to have, but, if they use that model of similar things, I think that could be kind of cool. I just, it would, I guess it would be kind of weird, Silove, and then all of a sudden it would be like, I don't know, stock trading. I don't know. I don't know. That would be kind of weird. It's like those are 2 different demographics potentially. Anyway, so we're going through Ditex right now. If you've been following along, listening to some of the stuff, feel free to hop on in Discord if you want to share your thoughts. You can raise your hand, invite to speak, and feel free to share any thoughts that you have about stuff we've covered so far. Like I said, I had not looked at this project before we hopped on the call, and so it looks like this is really early, which is, I think it's a great thing to watch, to find a project this early and see how things are going on. Meng, I did invite you to speak. If you want to speak, if you want to share any thoughts, feel free to unmute yourself, brother. And chime in. Phyllis, I invited you as well if you want to chime in and share your thoughts on Ditex. The one thing I would say that I think is really good is for everybody watching this right now, just to be able to watch a project like this progress. So follow this Telegram group and then save it as one of your favorites. So I've talked about this before about how I have these different buckets over here. And so over here, I would add this to my pre-sale bucket. And so I would add that there. And then now, I can just go check on this and not have to necessarily follow it directly all the time, but I can just check in on it and see how it's progressing and things like that. Um, and I think that it'd be really cool to watch the progress, watch a Telegram group grow, and see what they're doing to grow the Telegram group. So yeah, if anybody has any feedback, anything they want to provide to the conversation, feel free to drop it in chat on YouTube, or you're brave, you can hop over in Discord, join the live stage, and let the world hear your voice. Hey, we got Bushman in the house with us. It's always great when he graces us with his presence. I didn't see, and he slipped in. I mean, I knew he was in on Discord, but he slipped in on YouTube. I missed giving you a shout out, brother. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we don't have an audit. Telegram group is pretty new. I wouldn't say that Telegram is vibrant or not. There's just not a lot of people here. But having said that, here we are today, and there's like three messages today. So they're looking at like maybe 2 messages a day right now. So it's pretty slim pickings. I would not. I would be really surprised if we had bots in this Telegram group. I mean, so it looks like they deleted some bots here, but like these are all likely real people. It's so small that there's no one in there. Oh, okay, it says Meng is mute. Here we go. Hey, Meng, are you? I think you were server muted. I think you're good to go now. Can you hear me? But yeah, looking at these.
Yeah, should
Hey, there
let's
we
see.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother. How are you?
Ah, it's great. It's great. Hi, everybody in the Better family. Nice to speak to you.
Yeah, glad you're here, brother. I mean, you always provide great insights on YouTube, and so now getting to hear your voice and hearing it that way, I think will be a great addition to these calls, my friend.
You realize it's a Pandora's box, though.
Well, we're gonna take it one step at a time, one day at a time.
I'll keep myself in line. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I get to keep my finger on that mute button, huh?
nah, I think I'm gonna try to keep myself in check, so you don't need that. But anyway, this project looks pretty cool, but it's probably half a year out until we see what they're actually building. So I don't have so much to say about this project right now.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I was, when I opened up Telegram, I was like, well, it doesn't look like we have much to work with. But that's the beauty of this. Like, rarely, when we're looking at projects, this stuff isn't planned. We're looking at this, and we're finding what we like, we're seeing what we dislike, and we're learning as we go. And so, like, if you're watching this and you're brand new, if you're not scouting projects yet, this is the process. It's literally, let me pull up the website, let me dig through it, let me find out this about the team. And sometimes you find some really good stuff, and sometimes you don't find much at all. And so while I appreciate, and I love when we find projects that make us excited, but this is just as valuable. This is just as, because it wouldn't be realistic if we stumbled across projects that always were rock star projects. This one is, there's not a lot about this project that can make us feel any way about it. It's simply that it's very early, and that's why I keep saying, hey, this is a great project to watch. But every once in a while we find gems. Sometimes we find projects that hey, run from the hills, and sometimes we find projects like today. Hey, watch and see what happens, and here we are. And so I think that's it's never a wasted opportunity, and this is a great example. So if this is your first time tuning in, if this was helpful to see this process, if you're curious about getting hopping on board and getting into scouting. drop a comment and if this was helpful, share what was your takeaway and how you benefited from this, because this is what it's like. Sometimes you find projects that are great, and sometimes you find projects that aren't great. And no hype, no fluff. This is the world of scouting projects, and it's all part of the process. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you working through some of the technicalities of YouTube and Discord. When we get offline, hop onto the live stream, the live stage in Discord when this live session ends on YouTube, and we can just kind of walk through it, and talk about, hey, how did you feel this worked out? What could we do different? But I think that there's some potential here to have some great interaction. For example, with Mang, never been able to hear his voice, and it was great. Mang provides a lot of insights on our YouTube sessions and in Discord. And, brother, to hear your voice and, to hear your thoughts, I think that this will be a great addition. And I mean that for everybody. Everybody has a voice in this community, and everybody has an opportunity to share and contribute. And, we're getting back to our roots. This ecosystem was built on crowdsourcing and people working together. And that's what we're doing here. So thank you guys for our first ever pre-show and live commentary on YouTube, from the community. I think it was a success. Man, you want to have any closing thoughts?
I just wondered if you're gonna leave, in general, the live stage open after the live session, so it can kind of, for those who want to stick around, be a bit of a hangout.
Yeah, so the idea is before the live session, definitely a hangout session, and then maybe for a few minutes after the live, hang out for a few minutes and wrap it up is the idea. But we can play around with how that works, whether we want to do it beforehand, afterhand, and we can get some we can see who wants to support that. But it's definitely on the table for sure.
Yeah, but that's awesome, because I think the more interaction we have inside our Discord, the more it will help the community to grow and to grow in intensity.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's one thing for us to send messages back and forth, but when we get to talk and things like that, it takes it to a whole different level, and I think it'll be really good. I think there'll be a lot of great conversations and camaraderie. You and I have sent a lot of messages back and forth, and so I feel a connection. But there's other people in our community that I haven't had an opportunity to get to know, and so I think it'll be great for all of us to start working together and talking and chatting and get to know each other.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go mute myself now so you don't get tired of me before we even get started.
No, man, it was all good. Thank you for your feedback, and thank you for your contribution as always. So with that, that's a wrap, ladies and gents. We just knocked out our first of many collaborative efforts here on YouTube Live, and I think it was a success. Go ahead, as soon as this video wraps up, I do invite you to click the refresh button and drop a comment. What was your biggest takeaway from today's session? Maybe it was about Thomas Edison. Maybe it was about scouting projects. Maybe it was about, it's okay to fail. Whatever the case, I do invite you to hit the refresh button as soon as this live is done, and drop a comment letting us know what your biggest takeaway was, because that helps other people find this video. And the more people we can support and educate and help them learn, the more we all win. And I'm in the business of win-win-wins. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And I'm gonna say, like my mentor always said, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. I appreciate you all for being here. I care about you. I love you. Go ahead and hit that refresh button, drop a comment, and per Mang's request, we're gonna hang out in the live stage for a little bit longer after the session wraps up. So feel free to hop over in Discord and join in on the conversation there. So with that, I will see you guys in Discord. And then we'll be live again next Tuesday, same time, same place. With that, bye for now.